Hi everyone, welcome to Module 5. I'm sorry I'm a little late putting this up tonight. I'd hoped to have recorded yesterday and that just didn't work out. So we are 1/3 of the way through the semester, which is really exciting, and I'm sure you're feeling a lot of pressure from all your other classes as well. So as always, feel free to reach out if you need some support with this class or another class. I'm happy to help where I can. This week is all about your informative speech. So in the last 4 weeks leading up to this, we've been doing mini assignments to kind of help prepare you for your first formal speech. So this week's activities are pretty light because I want you to spend the most of this week really rehearsing and practicing and putting the finishing touches on your speech. So the activities for this week are going to include creating and submitting your final outline. So your outline is going to be what your base is for your speech. So you've done all of the scaffolding assignments to kind of get you to this point, and this is simply an outline like you would write a paper for, where you have your big ideas, the points you want to make under it, so on and so on. I put an example template up, and that's kind of the format I'm looking for. I'm not very strict if there's something else that you kind of want to add in there, but it should kind of look like a paper outline will be used. And it's really just for you to use to make sure you're keeping yourself in order of your speech, and it's also for me to use when I'm watching your speech so I can see if you mention the things that you talked about in your outline. The next activity, and there's nothing on my classes for this, is really just rehearse. I know I said it in the last model, but I really want you to practice your speech as much as you can. Keep in mind that this speech is only 4 to 6 minutes, so that means you can practice it 10 times in less than an hour. So when you think about the work that you're putting in for all your classes, practicing this speech 10, 15 times this week isn't really a lot of work. So really, please do take the time to practice it. I said it before, but you guys are really fortunate because you do get to record your speech. So truthfully, you can record it as many times as you need before you turn it in. So I would also recommend, if you hadn't been taking notes, kind of go back and watch some of my other videos that really walk you through what we're looking for when it comes to this speech. The next thing, this is an optional part, you can schedule a time if you would like to practice your speech with me, so I can give you some feedback. You can get the nerves out of your system by practicing it in front of someone. I'm definitely open to that. In the notes below this, I have my email address. Just send me an email and we can come up with a time. I was going to do it through Navigate, but I have advising appointments on there, and I looked and my calendar is really full on there. So it'd probably be easier just to kind of work on a one-on-one time. And then the next thing you're going to do is submit a video of your final speech. You guys are pros at submitting videos at this point, so you know how to do that. And once you've submitted the video of your speech, the last assignment for this module is to do a video journal reflection that is going to be on how you think your speech went. So I want you to tell me something that you did good and something that you really hope to improve on by the next speech. This module is going to be due, instead of Tuesday night, I'm going to make it due the following night, Wednesday night, October 7th at 11:59, since I'm putting this module up a little late. If you do need more time to work on any of the assignments, please let me know and I'm happy to make accommodations. Update, I want to give you grading. I know I'm very behind on grading. My plan is to spend all weekend getting caught up on your grading so that I can give you some feedback, especially on your scaffolding assignments before you submit your speech. Like I said, I plan on working that Saturday and Sunday, so bear with me as I get you all feedback on that. Alright, that pretty much covers everything for this module. Feel free to stop now if you don't want to hear about what I've been doing, seeing, and reading. But I decided to add another part to it this week. Like I said, I got this idea from one of my professors that does this every week, and I really like this idea. But one of the things that I want to add is, what are you doing to take care of yourself this week? We're 1/3 of the way through the craziest semester that we have had to date. So I really think it's important to kind of think of something that you're taking time to do for yourself this week. Whether it's going for a walk, that's been my thing. I've been trying to make myself go for a walk more. I'm still working at home, so that means sometimes I don't even typically have a reason to leave the house. but I've been making myself go for a walk around the block and drinking my coffee in the morning outside on the back deck. It's been nice that it's been a little cooler, so I've kind of been able to do that. And what I've been reading, like I said, the reason I share this is because I really want to encourage you all to be reading stuff that's interesting to you, really helping you build your skills, not necessarily in communication, but with whatever field you want to go into. And this week was finally the week that I feel like I jumped into it. I've had, pressure from my professor for the last, 6 to 8 months. Every week she's like, I've read this. And I'm like, I've gotten the course readings done. But this last week I've actually I feel like I've really dove into my studies and really just being more goal-oriented and task-oriented, so I've gotten a lot done. I actually read 3 books outside of my school books last week. I read the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Highly recommend that book. Highly recommend. Really like it. And the books I like to read outside of school, I like reading nonfiction. I like autobiographies. I like hearing about people's stories, which I think is why I like communication so much, because it's all about storytelling and getting to know people and seeing things from different point of views. So when I'm reading stuff for fun, those are the books I'm typically reading. And then the other 2 books I read Naturally Tan by Tan Francis, and I can't remember the other one, but it's Jonathan Van Ness's autobiography as well. Both of them are on a Netflix show, which is why I first heard of them, but they're also entrepreneurs in different areas, and I like kind of learning that stuff. So all 3 of those were great. I also started doing audiobooks, which is actually 2 of them I listen to on audiobooks, which is really nice for when I'm like trying to do stuff around the house and multitasking. So those were some great books. I'm also reading, this is more of a school book, but it's probably the toughest thing I've ever read, is Gender Trouble by Judith Butler. And it is a book that focuses on the epistemological views of critical gender theory. Like I said, it's probably the hardest book I've read. I've been reading pages over and over again, just really trying to understand it. But it's really cool, again, to just see things from a different point of view. As far as what I have been doing and writing this week, my writing's been a little lax, which is good. I think I've made up for it with reading. As far as going, it's still quarantine. There's still that too much to do. So I've been pretty much keeping things a little local, a little quiet. Haven't really done too many things that are exciting. Really feeling the pressure of being in the middle of the semester. Like I said, with my doctoral program, I started 2 weeks before you guys, so we're at the halfway point of the semester. So feeling the load on that, as well as being, a good way in on this semester. Definitely keeping our hands full. But I hope you are all doing well. And if you guys need anything this semester, I know I've said this before, but I just want to reiterate, I am here for you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help support you, anything I can help you with this class, or just, your transition to college in general, navigating these times through the pandemic. Always here to help, and I hope you are all doing well, and I will talk to you next week.